Hi everyone, it's Missy. So I promised that I was going to show you how to fix your doll's limbs. So this is a tutorial. It's going to be in a few parts that to do it because I can only upload 10 minutes of video to YouTube at a time. And this is about a 30-minute process. This is actually my first time attempting this, but I've studied tutorials on the internet on how to do this, and they say it's easy to do. We're going to give it a try. But the first thing you need to do is take your American Girl doll, and you want to determine which limbs are going to have to be tightened. So what you do is you take your doll's limbs, put them at a 45-degree angle, and see if the limbs can hold that position. Her arms are perfectly tight because they're not falling down, they're not lopsided, and actually when I lifted them, they felt tight. But her legs cannot hold a position anymore. And I said in another video, usually the doll's legs are what are going to be the most need to be retightened, because people sit their dolls and they stand them, and the arms don't get as much movement. But anyway, that's to show how to do it. The materials you're going to need is some pliers. I'm using some pliers that I have from a jewelry making kit of mine. So, and you also need a crimper. This crimper is actually my brother. He's an electrician, and this is the crimper he uses for wiring, and he said that this would be the best to use in this case, but you can get a crimper at a hardware store. And you're also going to need some ferrules. I'm actually using brass inserts. You can get these at your hardware store in the plumbing section, and to do a whole doll you'll need 10 of those. And then you're going to need washers. People like to use brass washers. I can only find stainless steel. This was in the hardware store as well. And you're going to need some kind of cording. I found this. This is 10 yards of 8-inch elastic cord, cloth covered. And I got this on eBay for $4.25 because I couldn't find one in my local craft store that sold this. But you can actually take ponytail holders, according to what I've read on the internet. So if you go to like your local Target or Walmart, you could take like a ponytail holder like this, because it's about the same diameter, and cut them at the seam and use those. And you can probably find some brass ferrules online too if you can't find them at a hardware store, and the washers of course you can find online. But you don't have to use jewelry making pliers. You can use any pliers that you have in your toolkit around the house. The next thing that is also important is if your doll has a lot of odors, or you take the doll's head off, we're going to pull the stuffing out. If the stuffing is really bad, is dirty, and just gross, you should replace the stuffing at this time. And all it is in the doll is fiberfill, and I got this at Walmart. I mean, you can buy a huge bag, and it costs like $3. And this will be the best opportunity, like I said, to do that. And you're also going to want a garbage bag or some kind of plastic bag to put the stuffing in, because we want to make sure that if the stuffing is good, we want to keep it, and we want to make sure that we put all of it back into the doll so it retains its shape. If you are replacing the stuffing, take the old stuffing, put it in the bag, and determine how much is in your doll, and then make sure you replace it with the exact same amount of new stuffing, so the doll maintains its correct shape. You don't want it to be overly stuffed where you can't maneuver, it won't fit into its clothes anymore, and then you don't want it to be too squishy that you need to add more. But you can also determine too when you restuff the doll. I don't believe this doll needs to be restuffed though. It's pretty good. So what you want to do is, if there's a zip tie, you're going to want to cut the zip tie and replace it with a neck cord. In this case, my doll came with a neck cord, and it should be knotted. So the first thing you want to do is take the knot out. Okay, the cord is a little tight, but I was able to get it. So you take, and it's probably just a square knot, but you take the knot and then you're going to loosen it to the point where you're actually going to take the doll's head off. So just be careful. You don't want to really knot up the doll's hair, but if I can get it loosened a little bit more. And sorry if the doll is going off screen, I'm trying to get a better grip of it. So, I can show this to you. Okay. So my neck cord was knotted several times. And if you see me cutting out segments in the video, it's not flowing smoothly. I'm just trying to save time. So, okay. So after you should only knot your doll's neck string once. Mine was knotted 3-4 times, but so okay, the doll's head should come out quite easily. So we'll set her head aside. And make sure too when you're doing multiple dolls, you're keeping the same doll with the same doll's head with the same body. And then all the stuffing should be removed. And when you remove the stuffing, you're going to feel different cords and stuff in there. So you're just going to have to pull the stuffing out around it. And there's actually quite a bit of stuffing in this doll. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any other videos, but they really know how to stuff dolls, so I think I can get this all out in one chunk if I'm careful enough. There we go. So that's all the stuffing, and the stuffing is actually discolored. It doesn't look the best. I might be replacing this after all. So, but you want to take the stuffing, and like I said, put it in your bag and set it aside. And on this doll, I'm only doing the legs. So you can see when you open up the neck, these are the arms, these are the white caps. You don't want to break these, you can actually reuse these. But if you do happen to break yours, I did see where you can buy these on eBay. You might be able to buy them from another store too that handles doll parts and so forth, because people do make their own dolls, but it's probably easier to find them on the internet. So I need to locate the leg, and here it is. And the only reason why this joint is loose is because over time the elastic stretches out and it loses its elasticity. That's why we need to put new in there. And what we're going to do is actually take a scissors . So of course you need a scissors, and then you are going to cut the cord right below the furl, but right above the cup. And this is going to allow you to get into the leg. So the furl can't be reused, of course, because it's already been crimped. But so this can actually be tossed into your garbage. And this is the white cap, like I said, that you want to save. And there should be one in the body and one in the leg. So, and then there's also a cap inside the leg, and it might have fallen down in there, but you can see it right there. So the next thing you're going to do is take your pliers and actually remove that cap. So I have like a curved nose pliers, and I found this is the best pliers, but you can use any pliers that you have in your toolkit. So this is the hardest part. You just want to make sure that you are patient and you just try your best to wiggle it out. You don't want to break the cap, like I said, because these can be removed. There, I think I'm good. There we go. So that cap is out. And this is the other part of the cord that can be discarded.